Welcome to the Coach's Box. We're on. We're live. Hey, wake up.
New Year's Box.
New Year's 2022.
Free and live on Facebook.
That's right. Free.
Those commercials crack me up.
Oh, they're great.
Those commercials crack me up. Episode 90.
Yeah. 90. That is 90.
Hey, I've put up with you guys for 90 episodes.
10 more to go.
Oh, my goodness.
10 more to go.
Hey, how close are we to getting Blair a pie in the face?
About 50 people.
I had about 30 of my friends, except like people I invited.
You invited me. I
Months
just
ago.
saw it again.
I invited you, and you accepted it. Good job.
Wow.
See, I knew you were dumb. Hey,
I
knew you were dumb. Dumb enough to help yourself get a pie to the face. I guess I get to do that, don't I?
You know what? Yeah, I think that's.
That's very appropriate.
I think so. What do you think, Blair?
I'd much rather
Hey,
pie.
doesn't matter what you think.
I mean, after next Friday, I might want a pie punch and kick and everything else to your face.
Chicken wings.
Not this coming Friday, the next.
Oh, why?
Big 4-game night. That's going to be a big night over there at the.
That's what's that going to start like?
What did you just do? Was that epilepsy?
I just didn't want to say it.
Damn, man.
I'm sharing this to every group on Facebook.
He's shooting the arrows.
Blowing kisses.
Blowing them up.
I have never. I have blown a kiss a time or two, but not because of basketball.
Oh, goodness.
You don't do that on the JV.
Do what?
Blow kisses.
Probably shouldn't.
Somebody talking smack already?
No, talk about our sound. Just a little staticky.
Oh,
that's because Miller didn't put it together today.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, you know what? Hey, late practice. Hold on, time out. Before we get into, we haven't had a timeout tirade.
Here we go.
Well, hey, it's a new year. I'm on a new diet. Leave me alone.
Get out of here.
Do you guys swap practices? Do you are you selfish and always have early practices?
Not always, but
Okay.
I think it seems like it for Jarvis. He's had a lot of late practices, but
Don't get me started.
Okay.
we do swap. We do swap out practices just simply for the fact that we've had a lot of games that have been hit and miss,
Right.
same night. So it's really not has.
But I'm talking about on nights when you don't have games.
Yeah, we try to swap it.
Oh,
every
you
other
try to
one.
swap it?
Try to. Wow.
At least they're trying.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
I
There is
actually-
no try. There's only do, right?
I'll give Jarvis the benefit of the doubt. I
Oh,
told
wow.
him, I said, hey, you make the schedule out and I'll just go with it. And he's made the schedule out for the last 2 months, and hey, he's done a pretty good job. I'm not going to lie.
This guy. Because I kept going, are we ever going to get January schedule out, dude? I sent it to you 2 weeks ago. Can we get it out? So if you are a girl parent listening, because I'm a girl parent. I mean, I'm a girl parent who thinks his girl should be playing varsity. We've already had that
How
conversation.
many did she have the other night?
I don't know. She had like 7 in that championship game. I'm like,
wow.
dude, when's she going to move up?
Take her away from Coach Duncan. Take the scoring all the way.
Hey, she had half her points last night, so.
Man.
She would have had half your. No, she would have had almost half your points. She can't do that on varsity level. I want everyone to know, Herky parents, I'm joking here. Okay,
He's giving me a
my
little bit of
daughter is not a varsity basketball player right now.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my
Good stuff.
Well,
Good stuff.
it's so what you're saying is you get to go home at some point when the sun sets.
Well, I had late practice today.
Okay.
I mean, but I cut it
Did you ever
short
have
today.
early practice?
Huh?
Did you ever have early practice?
Oh my gosh, Zach, can you just get off of this?
I have
yesterday.
I did yesterday.
Are you doing a timeout tirade or a pity party? One of the two.
Either or.
I'll tell you what. This year, after the first 2.5, almost 3 weeks, I was about to punch people because I had all late practices. It seemed like, and every time I turned around, something would happen, and I'd end up having to have a late practice again. I'd be like, kidding me?
You guys are all complaining.
I ain't gonna lie.
Stop whining.
You get extra time if you're late, though.
That's exactly right. Thank you.
But you got to have kids willing to stay and put in that extra time.
Well, if they don't, you just don't play them.
Well, easy fix. Yeah.
Bada bing, ding. Done.
That could be
Done.
true.
Well, it's funny that you say that because, what? I got a quote the other day because I've been really battling with what am I going to do to motivate these kids? I got some kids I'm struggling to motivate. And someone sent me a Bobby Huggins quote about running
Huggy
and sitting. That's how you get them motivated. Running and sitting.
Running and sitting.
Or sitting and running.
Whichever one you found first.
Sounds like our practice tonight.
We've been doing a little bit of running.
So have we.
Well, we had a practice the other day. We did a lot of running.
Yeah. You like saying the same thing over and over and over and over again and not getting a different result?
Coaches
Yes,
do that?
sir.
Yeah. I enjoy it so
No.
much. Thoroughly do.
No,
I
we
thoroughly do. I really like it. It's like, hey, listen, we've only talked about this for the last 3 years.
Coaches don't do
Just
that.
call me Coach Repeater. Don't even call me Coach Jarvis, because that's all you do is
Pete
repeat
repeats
yourself.
that on the fence.
Yep.
Pete fell off. Who's left? I love getting a kid going on that for a second, and then they're like, oh.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Still, it's probably it's one of the most annoying things. Or hey, I just got done explaining this,
well-
and you came in and did the exact same thing.
So the greatest thing is when you call a timeout and you explain exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then you go out there. Like, say, I mean, I haven't ran much zone this year, but say I did at one point. I ran a zone this year.
You ran a zone this year.
And I look out there. Well, just come out of timeout. 4 guys are running in a zone. One guy is chasing his guy all over the court.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, we were just. So what do? I grab someone on the bench and I go get so and so. Comes up, what, coach?
What did I do wrong?
Well, let's
That's
see.
something- That right there. Can you guys as head coaches please elaborate? When you take a kid out of the game, can you explain how the kid doesn't always have to say, "What I do wrong"? Maybe you just were taken out of the game because it's the type of game that you have to sub.
Yep.
I mean, explain that to the people, please.
Well, it's hard. Like, we're playing Saxony Friday, right? They got a big lineup. So I kind of switched my lineup up a little bit, and I'm going to go a little big. So certain people may not start this game. And certain people got to understand why I'm doing it. It's not you did anything wrong.
I know.
I always do this a lot. Take someone out, and I know why. And I look at my coaches, and they're like, we got it. And they talk to them because I don't want to talk to them.
Well, and I don't know that I think I've seen it worse in the last 2 years than I have.
Oh, it's been the worst ever.
And I really do believe that these kids they don't know how to handle adversity. Like, I think it's just the last 2 years there's been so much adversity laid in their lap, and they're struggling to deal with it all. And I don't know that, well, us as coaches don't have answers for a lot of it. Their teachers don't have, their parents don't have answers for it. So I think they're struggling to wrap their head around the entire process of the last 2 years.
Because their whole life's adversity right now? I don't know.
And so when you pull them out of the game, their first instinct is to think, I did something wrong. Like, it's the same concept of anything else. I did something wrong. So,
a lot of times I'll have to reassure. Dude, you look tired. You're red in the face. I'm getting you a break. You're going to go right back in.
I know.
Chill out.
And I think it's just because that's the mentality of kids is they immediately go to, what did I do? Like, why? Like, why? It's not, hey, I know what I did. Hey, I come off the floor. Hey, thanks, coach. I appreciate it. Give me a breather here real quick.
Sometimes it's just about giving somebody else an opportunity.
Well,
Their
strategy.
Your best friend may be getting an opportunity to play, to show what they
Don't care about my best friend. I just want to play.
And I just want to
score
score 28 points and average 28 points and 9 assists and 10 rebounds, and I don't care if we win or lose. As long as I average that, that's all that matters. And I see my numbers and my name in the paper, and I don't care about the team.
What paper?
Okay, maybe not the paper.
And, here's the other thing.
Sorry, I'm just asking questions.
That's true.
We have a paper.
I mean, we made it to the
That's on that.
Yeah, we made it to a championship game. There wasn't a whole lot written in the paper about it. So I mean,
But you know what? I knew what Seckman dance team was doing or something.
Oh, that's good. No, it's a Eureka.
Eureka.
Oh yeah, Eureka. Eureka is in the
Jefferson
leader.
County?
That's it, Jefferson.
That
I
is
was the leader. I wasn't talking
Hey,
necessarily about
did
the
you
leader.
guys see?
The high school is not, but where is some of those people live?
Hey, the
is
new
in Jefferson
bachelor.
County.
The new bachelor's from Eureka, Missouri.
I don't. What's that?
The Bachelor?
What is that?
Okay, there's just a lot of girls throwing themselves at some dude, and then he picks one at the end. Okay?
There's some
Go to a rodeo, you'll see that.
So, we're speaking
to where?
of this.
A rodeo.
Oh,
A lot of both.
that would be kind of that would be your southern type of bachelor, I guess.
So I had this conversation today.
Things
I said, we're talking about, not about, I'm not going to get my 28 points, Coach. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you taking me out? I'm only at 16 right now. We only got 4 minutes left in the game. Why are you taking me out? Concept, we were talking to our kids today about the process of, I'm not going to like every single person that's on my team. And there may be some times where I don't like any of my teammates. But when I step in that gym or on those lines in a game, that's my best friend.
I can't believe you guys have been having conversations like that.
And
You ain't singing Kumbaya?
Did y'all hold hands while you did it?
Yes, we did actually. So we did that. So I
Did you
said,
play guitar?
No, I didn't do that. But
He did the dance.
I wanted to know, like,
Spirit fingers.
I asked him. I said, "Do you understand what I mean by that? Like, I don't have to like you when we leave this gym. I can walk out of that gym and walk into the parking lot and tell you everything other than the book that I don't like about you. But when I step back in that gym, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to help you out and be your best friend at that point. But after that, I don't want it to be.
Yeah,
there.
but I mean, we are teaching these people as a society that it's not about winning's not that important.
Oh gosh,
Think about it.
I can't.
Think about all the things going on.
Try not to.
Well, I work when I can just not have to and make
You
the
did-
same.
yeah, that'll work.
Make more.
Yeah.
Well, and the problem is here's the thing. I don't think that there's anything out there to tell them any otherwise different.
No, because the government gives away money. You don't do anything.
What else are we giving? I mean, what else are we doing out there as far as teaching them how to win or how to lose?
Trying to teach them life skills as best we can.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. But the problem is I don't know that there's any rules or boundaries anymore. I mean, there isn't any boundaries. It's tough. It really is tough. Probably the hardest last 2 years have been the hardest 2 years of my coaching football.
Really?
Yep, by far. By far.
This table?
Uh-oh.
We have an alert.
Speaking of parenting,
Jadilf, man. Jadilf, man.
look at
there. Look at that little Jarvis.
We have.
With that jug
How'd
head
you
on
make
him.
something so cute?
I did.
Thank you. I love that thing. I love that.
yeah, you tell him. Did you see that look he gave you, Miller? He already doesn't like you.
He ain't having wings with you either.
He's like, is that the guy?
He is mean mugging him over there.
Yeah, he is. I told him.
Look at Riley.
That dude over there, man.
Hi, buddy.
Look at that. He can be nice to him. He's got Herky colors on. Yeah. What do you think? Well, I mean, I want this one to know what winning and losing is about.
I should, absolutely. I agree.
You don't always win in life.
Well, but it's also
What you learn
it's
from it's
also
what more
a work
important.
ethic.
Oh, yes.
Okay, it's a work ethic because, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. There's something to that. You talk about guys, our instincts as men, our instinct as men is to have this drive of competition and doing the best that we can, and whether that's providing for our family or whether that's, dropping our mics.
It's a good thing I cursed when I did, so I was kind of glad it came out.
Which one did you say?
And scene.
He says,
But,
Coach Miller, I love you.
We lose a lot
That's
of that.
what he said.
We lose a lot of that, and that's our job as coaches, and that's what sports provides these kids, guys and girls, is that it gives them an avenue that hopefully prepares them for life. That kids that don't play, they should have an advantage.
Well, I got someone, it's going to remain nameless, but someone that watches the show, and they said, problem is all these kids and other people around those kids are worried about their stats. That's what they're worried about. They're not worried about the team. They're not worried about the Herculaneum Black Cats, or they're not worried about the Crystal City Hornets or the Lancers or the Festus Tigers. They're worried about their son.
Right.
And let's be real. How many kids in Jefferson County are going to go play college basketball.
Well, I have conversations with kids, and when I tell them, I'm like, listen, maybe back in the day before there was a lot of film out there or easy access to film, coaches were looking in the box scores in the newspaper and seeing who could actually put the ball in the hole. Nowadays, great, you score a lot of points, you're just a volume scorer. There's a big difference between being a kid who can play at the next level and being a volume scorer. Volume scorers tend to fizzle out because they don't have a skill set that the college coaches want.
Yep.
Listen, everybody in college can shoot.
Well, what?
Ding, ding, ding. Hey,
What's
if you
the
don't
first
get
thing
anything
they
out of the
ask?
show, every kid who goes to college can shoot. You're done. So you're a kid who can shoot a lot in high school. You go to college. Guess what? Everybody can shoot. So you were the best shooter on your team. That's great. Now you're not even close to the top. So that's already done. 2, if you're 6'2" and you're a guy who plays maybe a 3, 4 on the floor, guess what? You got to be able to guard a point guard or a kid who's 6'7" on a regular basis. One of the two. That's it. So somebody really quick or somebody really tall who can also shoot.
Yep.
And wait, you played zone. You can't guard. Your coach tried to hide you so that way you'd stay in the game and score. Guess what? Now you're already further behind because somebody else can guard and they're bigger than you.
Well, that goes into the college game when you see all the transfer portal and you see all these kids jumping ship.
Man, look at Oklahoma football, man. Both their quarterbacks.
But think about it.
One gets ticked off because, and then the other one that took his spot left too.
Right.
I know their coach left too, but geez.
And they're leading freshman receivers following the freshman quarterback wherever he goes.
Yeah.
They announced that today.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Let's go to Mizzou.
M-I-Z.
Hey,
That would be awesome. They ain't gonna have it.
Shakespeare's Pizza. Get that NIL and let's go. Get some of these players over here. Let's go.
I'd agree.
I love some Shakespeare's
Oh, man.
pizza, man. I just started.
I don't want
drool.
to talk about it.
Well, you're talking.
Zach, you want some Shakespeare's pizza right now?
So bad.
Hey, what day of the diet are you on? What day of the diet?
What is it today? The 6th?
It's Wednesday.
Today's the 5th.
Day 5.
Is it
Monday.
I hate you? I kill you?
I kill you.
So let me ask you this, coaches. So you're dealing with 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. How do you get them to trust the process? Trust the process that you're trying to get out there to them.
Well,
because I think it's a struggle because I feel like kids don't trust themselves enough to trust the process.
Well, and I got some examples that I could give on this year. I've had some injuries lately. All right, I got my starting point guard, and I got some other people, that are tweaked this or did that, and I mean, I've had some players quit already this year that probably would be getting a lot of playing time right now.
Right.
And didn't want to trust what was going on.
Yep.
Didn't want to wait for their opportunity. We are such a immediate world.
Agreed.
Everything has to be immediate.
Yep.
And you are exactly holding up exactly why. This is why.
Oh yes. Oh,
I mean,
yes.
think about it as
This
a
is
teacher,
immediate.
how much this has caused a change in what we do.
Oh my goodness, yes.
The phone,
For the better, but also for the worse. I mean,
it's horrible to even teach a history lesson without you having to tell at least 5 people about the phone or their computer or whatever.
So let me ask
But
you,
I mean,
Just take them.
yeah.
Take them away.
well, you think about that as far as it goes for us as coaches, okay? I mean, we love to win every single night we step on the floor, but we know we're not going to. It's not going to be, hypothetically, very few teams go undefeated. But we look at the big picture, and I try to tell the kids that we want the entire season is all practice up to the first game of districts.
trying to get your best.
Everything is a process from start day one, all the way up till first game of districts.
I've found it's hard to keep kids engaged from the start of the season all the way into
What's
districts.
so long? But so
Long season.
when we talk about that, and I tell those kids, I'm like, hey, this is all a practice. Like, learn from this. Don't continue to keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again, because that you're not learning anything from it. You're not growing. You're not figuring out how to change. So I feel like when you talk about it, I don't think the kids react to what you're saying, because I think they're automatically thinking, well, I'm not winning. so I'm not winning. Like, we're not winning games.
Well, they can't hit the reset button.
No, you're right. You're exactly right.
It's instant gratification.
And that's
and if you make a mistake, like if a kid makes a mistake, you're right. Many of them cannot. They'll let one mistake ruin their whole game.
Oh my goodness!
Sure. I got a couple shooters. If they miss their first shot, I might as well just take them out of the game and sit them down.
Who is that?
Yeah, I need to write that down.
I was actually.
I tried.
Look up our percentages. We're not shooting anything very well. I mean,
we must be Herky South then. Gosh.
Well, Coach Rhodes just posted on here, said, "Why don't schools man up and ban phones at schools?" Can you imagine how that would work out?
Do it. Hey, if Seckman still has their
They
whatever,
They still have a
yes.
scrambler.
do they?
Yes.
But here's the thing, though. We live in the society that mom has to get a hold of the kid, or the
In
dad
class,
has to get
by the way.
In class, by the way.
And it's okay.
And it's perfectly fine that they do that because, hey, you need to go pick your brother up. You need to go do this. You need to go do that. Or, hey, how about this? How about this for dinner? Go. So, I totally agree. You ought to take the phones away.
I get off of my soapbox on this at school all the time. The technology director part of me. They are going to live the rest of their lives with that phone in their pocket.
Yes.
Part of what our job, in a sense, is to teach them how to live with that phone and function with that phone in their pocket. Gone are the days where that 5th grade math teacher says, you won't have a calculator with you the whole time, your entire life. Listen, lady, I actually do.
Yeah.
And it's a scientific calculator that'll graph.
Yes.
So,
right.
You've got it with you. Part of what we have to do is help them learn how to function through their life. And part of that is how to use the phone when they do that.
Well,
Right.
it's just
And
also
part of that is setting limits in the building. It's not
Exactly.
saying ban, but it's
That's
setting
the
the
hard.
limits with it.
That's the hard part, and I
Well-
think that's the hard part that kids don't understand.
And-
They can't grasp their hand around that.
once again, it's not so much about the content at school, because, like I said, unless you're going to be an engineer, the advanced math that you take, I don't, you're probably not going to use math. I can't tell you how much I've used matrices in my life, but when it comes to the work ethic and understanding how to do things, but then the other thing, you take the phone away, what do? They learn to communicate verbally with other human beings and have interaction, because when you want to go get a job, you have to go interview. You have to be able to talk to someone else. You have to be able to hold on and have a
Oh,
conversation.
dude, there's a whole generation of kids that they don't want to talk to you.
No.
Well, how
No way.
How
Dude,
many
they don't
times-
even talk to each other.
That's what I
They'll
was going to
sit,
say.
I'll have a kid that it'll be sitting in my class, and like, say I get done with whatever, maybe I gave them some notes or whatever, and then I got them working independently, and I'm sitting at my desk, looking at them while they're working on their computer or whatever I might have them doing, and then I'll go to check my email, and it's a kid 2 rows in front of me that emailed
That
me,
happens all the time.
and I'm like,
And then here's what's the best
like,
part.
why did you
Hold on, time
email
out.
me?
And then I say, now hold on, come here, ask me your question, and we're also going to talk about how to write an actual email, because you don't put the entire email in the subject line. Let's do this.
Yeah, hey,
Let's learn how to write
and
an
by the
email.
way, Dan Brooks says it comes from like social anxieties.
I agree.
Social anxiety.
Yeah.
Do explain.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. Again,
Don't have the social skills.
Kids use this to communicate all the time. They can't have face-to-face conversations. So when someone does have a face-to-face conversation with them, all of a sudden it's just like, I don't know how to do that.
Panic.
They just it becomes a
Panic.
problem.
so I should text my scouting report.
Absolutely not. No.
Sure.
Nope.
Twitter.
No.
Because we can follow it on
I
Twitter.
put it on Twitter, and then
Here's an idea to challenge the students. Ask them for just one day to turn off all notifications on their phone.
oh gosh, no, they won't.
So some of the kids are flabbergasted when the only notifications that I get that come through my phone are text messages and phone calls. Otherwise, my phone doesn't chime or go off.
Right.
And they're flabbergasted. Well, how do you know, or how do you get your Facebook messages? I go
I
into
don't
Facebook.
look at Facebook when I'm at work.
Well, either that or I was like, I go into Facebook.
Ding.
If I need to get to them, I go into Facebook.
Yeah.
They're there. They don't go away. I'm just not getting notified that they're there.
Yeah.
So I can do this on my own time.
I can check them whenever I want.
Yeah.
Just not right then.
It's like, what about your Snapchats? I go, one, I don't do that.
Right.
But two, it's there. You still go into the app. They're there.
They're not going away.
They're not going away. Nothing on the internet goes away.
Yeah, but what if you need to know it right then?
Well,
What I need to know
You
what
had
that
to
person's
know
doing on
that
the third
Sally
floor.
broke up with Jimmy in second hour, and then the fight broke out in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
I don't know.
well, but how many times do
You know darn well our
when we
schools
were
aren't
growing
big
up?
enough. We know that.
Well, there's no fights.
No
They'll
fights.
hear it from the teacher. But 'cause
When we were
find
growing up, I never had a chance to even pick up anything like this and email a teacher or call a teacher. Like I had to literally
You had to literally walk up to their desk.
and say, "Hey, I got a question," or "Hey,
Raise
I
your
don't-
hand.
I don't understand this. Can you explain it a little bit different?" I mean, how many times do you guys get in a classroom setting
I
a
love
kid raise their hand and ask,
Now, here's
"Hey, Coach McVey, can you explain that again? I didn't understand what
I've
you meant
never
by that."
had that asked
here's
hardly
a great one, right?
anymore.
A girl will come up or a guy will come up and say, "Hey, Susan over there has a question for you."
Yeah.
Well,
That never happens.
Susan can come talk to me, right? Or Susan can raise her hand. Or
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I've had that happen. I'm like, if I'm sorry, am I that unapproachable? Well,
Yeah.
you're scared. You're scared of you. Why?
I mean,
Well, listen to how your aunt asks, why? What are you scared about?
No, usually I'm like, why?
but then the flip side of that is you say, okay, that's the way we've trained them
Oh,
to
it
be.
is.
Society has trained them to do that. So, at what point do we justify changing to that? Like
We have.
and
Think
no,
about it.
no, because if you ask society,
We have.
kids haven't changed. We've changed as adults.
No, I agree with that quite a bit. I think, well, I mean, it's what you allow. It's the same thing in
Hold on,
practice, the
time out,
same
time
thing
out,
in
time out.
general.
I never allowed, in my 17 years of teaching, any of the types of evaluations that we have had to go through for the last 17, 20 years. That's changed over the last umpteen years, hasn't it? Yeah.
When you talk about this stuff, I kind of know comment everything.
You don't want to talk about knee evaluations?
No, I'm talking about go to year one and now go to now and think about what we had been evaluated on.
Oh.
Has it or has it not changed? One word, technology in the classroom. Now, that's for the better. That's great.
Technology in the classroom.
Right?
That's 4.
Okay, what did I say?
One word.
Oh, sorry. Anyway.
I think it's one word was technology.
I was.
It's hyphenated.
Unit.
Mr. McVey, I was
Unity.
listening to you
It's
talk.
key.
I knew history talk. I understood.
You know, but my point is,
He's been
it has
separated from the
changed.
history room.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has changed over the last decade plus, and for all of the teachers that have been out there 20 plus years, 30 plus years, it's completely different now. Some for the better, some for the worse.
Dude, there's teachers just walking out of their jobs right now.
Why?
I mean, there's
Why?
No reason. It's
I know.
all fun and
No comment.
fun and games
Sure.
and
I mean, there's
sunshine and rainbows.
it's crazy. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. It's a difficult time, and there's reasons for it. But what we're talking about when you say we allow it, depending on the situation, I would disagree.
Hey,
Because here's the thing: Can we parent how we were parented?
yes.
No. You can, and then you can go to jail.
No.
No way.
No, I'm gonna do what I want. Trust me.
Listen, Chris's dad still parents him.
I
the way
know,
he did his
but
dad.
I knew. I was waiting. Who was going to say that first? I've talked to
I firmly
Chris Senior, and he still is the same. I think.
Still tries to.
I firmly believe that we
thing I
can't
want to
change this anymore.
No.
We can't change this. We're not going to be able to take this away. Like,
No.
there's no way we can take this away. So
I took it away.
You took it away. But guess what? I got it back.
Find my iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, so exactly right. I know where it's at. So
Lock it up.
My point to the whole thing is,
I got a funny story
Phone
about
fine.
that.
Phone
I
fines.
really do not think that we can change technology. It's here. It's not going to go away. So I think the kids have changed because of technology.
Well,
And we have a struggling time of.
I thought you just said that.
That's what I'm saying. The society
didn't
says
change.
but did they
society
change?
says that.
Oh.
Everybody's changed. You're changing.
But
More
I think
things
it's
change,
it's
the more they stay the same. I don't know.
it's really hard for us as educators to change
Well,
the culture of kids with technology. in their hands.
It goes into coaching too, though, because then it's the same time you're trying to give expectations to a kid. You're not sitting there typing them up and putting them out there to the kid. And I'm saying, hey guys, anytime you want to come talk to me about anything, I'm more than happy to tell you. It's going to be open and blunt, and it might not be what you want to hear. I've only had a handful of kids, tops, that have done that in the last 6-7 years because they aren't used to that. They don't know how to deal with that. So unless they're parented that way, to where they're expected to use face-to-face conversations, or their parents give them those, they're raised that way. Right. And it's a smaller number every year that we have because they're allowed to do it. So again, it's not what we necessarily allow; it's what they're allowed to do at home and how they're raised. And I don't want to put all the blame on the parents, but by God, if I only have your kid for however much time during the school day in that class period they're with me, or when I coach them for an hour and a half, 2 hours, I can't change the world in that amount of time. I might make an impact, but I can't fix those things. So if a kid has those, look, that's great. You're not a kid who wants to come out and have that conversation. I'm going to get you out of your shell.
Right.
You're going to have to talk to me, and if you don't talk to me, I'm not going to pry it out of you. It's a life skill. It's a life skill to go and sit down in front of somebody that you have a problem with, or I'm having an issue here. You want to sit there and go on social media and blow me up because I'm not playing you?
Right.
That's the wrong way to do it. And trust me, if I catch wind of it, you're gone anyway. I really don't care. Come talk to me. I'll tell you what you need to do to play. I had a kid come talk to me the other day. It was great. I'm glad they did. And I was very open. I'm like, I agree. I think you should be playing more. But here's why you're not. It was a great conversation, and I think it'll go a long way. I've seen a difference since then. That's what I want.
But a lot of kids may not do like that kid did.
Sure.
A lot of kids don't want me to. Don't want to hear that. Hey, every time the ref calls a foul, you have body language, or every time I correct something that you do this. Or you do that.
Or my bad.
Or my bad. Or no, I don't. Oh gosh, I had a player. I'll tell you later on about that. But
my bad.
My bad. I love that one. But I mean, there's a lot of kids that don't want it. People don't like the truth. Let's be honest. People don't want to hear the truth. That's why
you can't handle the truth.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, that's why some people don't like me. I'm pretty truthful.
Oh, that's it. That's the only reason.
Not the only reason, but I mean, I'm just saying.
It's true.
If someone asks me,
It's true.
and I tell them, and it's probably going to be blunt, and it's probably going to be exactly what I think, there's a lot of people in this world that just can't handle that anymore.
Hey, it's just because you're a Gadilf. That's all.
Well, that's right.
Gadilf.
You saw him.
So
I mean,
with the Gadilf, we're gonna go to a break here.
Yeah,
go to a break.
We got some commercials to play here.
Absolutely.
Our sponsors. So we come back. We'll dive in.
sponsors. We got sponsors.
Dude, we've had sponsors for like 8 weeks.
Oh,
9
whoops!
weeks.
I'm sorry. Where have I been?
I don't know.
No one wants to sponsor me.
No.
To the Nut House, maybe, but that's it.
All right, we cut back. I guess we're going to be talking about some of our, our national sports antics.
Yeah.
I got to get into that one.
Yeah.
That's stuff. That's some wild stuff
Don't
right
talk
there.
about my.
We're watching the Coach's Box. We'll be right back.
Or commercial, Home by SMCI has the right products for you. Chemical plasma solutions will attack your bacteria, mold, viruses, and even help with dust in your house. They install easily in less than 45 minutes, and it's invaluable for the rest of your life. If you're interested in any of the products they offer, give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at serves@homebysmci.com. Are you worried about planning for your financial future? Turn to the expert with 29 years of experience and give Brian Waits a call today. Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services specializes in investments, life insurance, retirement plans, tax planning, and even 401k rollovers. For more information, or if you just want to get a quote, call Brian at 314-374-6713 or email him at bwaits@woodburyfinancial.net. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? If so, contact Stacy Miller at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Stacy works with first-time home buyers and even savvy sellers. She also specializes in working with investors, lenders, and title companies. Stacy will be there every step of the way. Contact her today at 314-606-1007 or visit stacyzmiller.com. Time to eat in? No problem. Don't feel like cooking? We'll do it for you. Need wings for your party? TJ's Bar and Grill has got you covered. TJ's is a local mom and pop establishment in Peasley, Missouri, known for their own homemade pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, and their famous TJ's wing sauce. Open 7 days a week, they are family friendly, biker friendly, and locally owned. Come by or order by phone with your credit card at 636-475-3648. TJ's Bar and Grill. We're glad you stopped by. Roses are red, violets are blue. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let Kelly Kaufman move you. Kelly Kaufman, Real Living Gateway Real Estate, brings a fresh approach with an honest, innovative, progressive, and junk-free fee experience for all her customers. Whether you're a first-time buyer or experienced seller, Kelly Kaufman has the tools to deliver the best client experience in the industry. Give Kelly a call today at 314-221-6090 and let her move you today.
Yeah.
And
that happened.
we're back
Oh, are
with
we?
our next segment.
Man,
Watch out. Thank you,
Hey,
Coach.
thanks for
Did you
the-
not look at me over here
No,
going
we
like,
were
hey,
having a conversation.
well, maybe you should have been paying
talking
attention.
about the
talking.
scams, the New Year scams.
New Year scams?
Yeah.
I'm not running any scams.
No. Nope.
No Ponzi schemes here.
None.
By the way, the Powerball is 610 million. Don't go
Man.
buy a ticket.
Yep. buy the
Breathing
ticket.
into the mic.
Yeah, somebody is badly.
Jarvis!
Jarvis ain't breathing. Jarvis ain't
I think
breathing.
it's-
What are you talking
I
about?
think it's him.
It is.
It's not me.
It's you.
Yeah, you were about to
not.
swallow the
You're
mic.
such a
I'm
heavy.
not.
You're such a heavy breather.
Did you say?
Did you say
breeder?
breather?
That's not what it sounded
Your
like.
job, right?
Yeah, that's
You may
what.
not breathe. But
That's
you
the
can't breathe.
grandpa dad over here.
Turn on your hearing aids.
Yeah, Grandpa.
I love the Miller timeout one. Was that one of the we'll be back just right before the Miller?
Yeah, it's good
That
times.
was old Joe Charlie.
Yeah,
Charlie Colsey.
Our
It happens.
Charlie.
He's a good dude.
it happens.
That's good stuff.
All right.
So we want to
So-
thank our sponsors
yeah.
before we go here. Want to thank some of our
Go,
sponsors.
before we go, we take it off.
Before we go into the next segment here,
Oh,
Coach, you want to go ahead and just thank some of our
Sure.
sponsors here?
Home by SMCI, we appreciate their sponsorship of the show. Brian Waits and what he does for us, and you know it. You know Brian pretty well. Brian does a really good job with any kind of insurance that you need. Financials, yeah. I'm trying to remember all the stuff that he does. It feels like he does a little bit of everything.
He does a lot of stuff. So, you know, you ever need any financial advisor of any shape or form, I would definitely 1,000 times percent of whatever, it doesn't matter. I trust him with everything.
Absolutely.
It's
Wow.
That was a rating endorsement.
rating. That's right.
Rating
It was.
endorsement.
I will endorse
Ryan Waits.
That's why
Brian
we have
Waits,
commercials.
no doubt.
Thank God we have commercials.
That's why we have commercials.
Now we're down to 0 sponsors.
We're all like, who are these people? Good Lord.
Oh man, we're gonna have this. Hey, we're gonna have Blair's mom on here railing us here in a second. I've already seen McVey's mom posted on here, so I'm trying to
At
lay
least she's
off
watching
him.
a hockey game.
Hey, you know how many hockey games we watched in our household growing up?
None.
None.
Well,
Yeah.
now she's watching it. She
I
got
guess.
smart.
Yep.
It's because she
Same.
watched this show and learned
And she's
that
like, you
there's
know,
other
I think
sports.
there's.
I'll give hockey a chance.
Just so I don't forget anybody, I just want to look real quick because I'm telling you, I will forget. TJ's Bar and Grill, they're one of our sponsors. Food's great there. If you get a chance,
Love
stop
the
in.
wings.
Love the wings.
They've been
so
very
good.
gracious to open up their doors and allow us to host a show there a couple times. We appreciate that. So if you're out looking for some wings, some good wings, stop in TJ's Bar and Grill there in
I
Peabody.
hear they have very cold drinks.
They do have cold.
Oh,
drinks.
cold.
Very cold.
They're cold.
The owners,
I wouldn't know anything
the
about
owners
it.
of the business are fantastic people. So they
know anything
definitely
about the
wanna-
cold drinks.
it's,
Stacy Miller with Berkshire Hathaway Realty. Okay, if you're looking for a house, you want to sell your house, you got to give her a call.
definitely.
And then obviously we have another realtor, Kelly Kaufman. She does a really good job.
Oh, we got
too.
Kelly on
Yeah,
here
Herky-
supporting us.
Herky
Awesome.
alumni.
That's a good one.
I love those little Herculean.
She says she's a baller.
She was a boss. She was on the last Herculaneum girls basketball team to win a district title.
There you go.
Wow.
Her and Coach Amy Duncan over there. She was also on that team. So
Wow.
Wow.
yeah, that's the last.
Didn't realize you did some talented people around here.
Didn't realize how long ago it was. Then.
Now we are definitely 0 sponsors.
Mayday. Mayday. And of course, La Pachanga for putting up with us and, housing us here and allowing us to come in and do this
And-
on a weekly basis.
If anyone else would like to sponsor, we would be accepting of that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely, and it's.
I mean, we'll get it out to the whole 2 people that are watching tonight.
But it's
Now that they all said,
Now
forget
that
it.
you've called one sponsor old,
well, hey.
and then whatever Blair did
Hey,
for weights.
you know what? The people don't like the truth. That's what happens. You know, truth. We talked about that in the first segment. They don't
That's
like the
right.
truth.
That's right.
Sometimes you just don't spit the truth just like
I
that.
speak the
Not
truth,
what people paying
regardless.
us to talk
Speaking
about
of the truth,
I'll talk about
there's an I
truth.
told you so that he needs to listen to. and I think you need to listen to.
What?
Because you all said, Cincinnati can't compete. I think they did just as well as Power 5 Michigan team
They
did.
did better.
Yeah,
My
they
opinion,
did
they
better.
They did better.
Exactly.
Oh, by far they did better.
They lost.
Wait. When have I ever said the Big Ten was good at anything?
I'm saying
They're good at
It didn't say
gymnastics.
Big Ten. I said Cincinnati.
That still, you can't throw Michigan in there. They suck too.
don't-
And they're not SEC.
The number 2 team.
Yeah, okay, they're number 2 because why?
Give Coach Kaki some credit.
No.
Don't badmouth the Big Ten in front of Coach Powers, Coach Jim Powers.
Don't care.
He's a big-time Ohio State fan.
Oh, that's
you can't
great.
Badmouth those
Big
guys.
Ten's good, but they should not be in the college playoff.
Nope.
They've proven
So,
it.
all right, so time out.
This year they
So
did,
now
for
you're
sure.
saying Big Ten can't, the Pac-12
can.
Just SEC only,
Big
buddy.
12.
I think the games played out answered all of our questions.
Oh man,
Just
the
make
Blues
the-
just stunk it up. Started out so well, now they're losing 5-3.
Well, they tried to empty netter.
Gosh darn
Well,
it, Blues.
yeah.
Yep,
Just-
139
Just
left.
play
Yep.
the SEC championship game as a 3-game series.
There you
Whoever
go.
wins 2 takes the national title.
Well, they just take the national title for the BCS, and then everybody else just plays for what.
BCS isn't a thing anymore.
That's what I'm saying, though. They should put that into that play. BCS for SEC only, and then the rest of the teams play it for the national
I think he
championship.
means BS because that's what he's spewing out right now.
Well,
No, I think the BCS could come back.
why don't they
and
just
that
make the
just be an
NIT for
SEC.
everybody else, and then you have the college football playoff is for the SEC champions?
Why do you don't need it? You
don't-
have a conference championship.
You already have a champion, so it doesn't
Nah,
matter.
make it a 14 playoff. That way you actually have somebody else. That
How
dark
about
horse.
just make it a 16-teamer and just bracket it up and
Oh Lord.
go for those.
16
So we can
teams.
put 12 of the SEC teams in it?
Perfect.
No, you don't put
Mizzou might make it?
You don't put 5 of them in there.
It might be the only way they do make it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That could be true.
Oh, man. Well, okay, fine. Since you guys are bringing this up and you don't want to admit anything about
No.
Cincinnati, then we'll have
Not
this.
going
I didn't admit anything. I just
All
said
right.
they still got their butts kicked.
They suck.
Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway,
Coach Rhodes says
so-
go Rams, by the way.
Go Rams. Anyway,
Coach Rhodes is not
I
on the
hate
show
Stan
anymore.
Kroenke. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
plugging that in for
Oh, I know he was digging. Next thing you know, Mike Carpenter signed with the Cardinals.
with the lockout,
For a dollar.
you don't have to worry about card.
The
every
lock.
time
I
about-
know. I said it in my commercial. The MLB is stupid.
We'll get there, but before we're
Both
talking
owners,
About,
players, all of them. They're dumb.
so
Go ahead.
talking about the playoffs, we said debate this. We can piggyback off this, take it wherever. Is being or having a dominant program harmful to a sport or league? So, if you want to talk about college football, you want to bring it down to high school sports, take it up to major league.
Well,
Let's just go.
it sure ain't bad because look at all the money that Alabama football brings in, and then the other sports benefit from it. Other programs benefit from that money.
What do they benefit from?
Well, they build new facilities.
Well, maybe that. Okay.
There's facilities.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden, hey, look what we've got.
It doesn't help them recruit other.
Alabama
programs.
basketball has not been bad.
They ain't
I'm
no
just telling you.
powerhouse. They ain't getting no.
Kentucky basketball has helped Kentucky football with some of their stuff.
Oh, I guarantee.
Okay, well then
helps.
it helps it.
But I'm saying is I don't
Why?
think that you're going to get the top recruit because of Alabama money from football is going to get the top recruit in basketball because of
No. The
Alabama
question
money.
was, does it hurt it? It doesn't say does it help recruiting.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't
Well,
hurt it.
Money
because-
does help recruiting. I can promise you
well,
that.
yeah,
Money does help recruiting.
Saying a little bit now. Conference, the program's a real thing. NIL, you can do that. I just think that it helps all around because now there's more money coming in when you're winning and things like that. Or you move into a bigger conference and all of a sudden you get that money. Like when Mizzou went to the SEC, and that was basically football driven.
Money.
Now look at all the money they got, and what kind of facilities did they get when that happened? Like the softball field, baseball field.
Well, baseball's next. Their baseball field's still far behind anything in the SEC.
Still, but I mean, everything is starting to like
They've
the
got
money pouring in.
The end zone building that they've got, the new
Yeah.
indoor practice facility they're building to replace the one that is still left standing, the indoor one over there.
But is it good for the sport. So let's take college football, and then we can go down to the high school level. Is it good that you always only have an Alabama that's always in the hunt for a national title?
Are the ratings dropping?
Well, I guarantee you they are.
They're not.
I don't know. About
Well,
that.
it comes in cycles.
What do we see though? Now you got ESPN, you got all these YouTube and streaming and all of that. But do you ever sit down and think to yourself, I'm going to watch a Pac-12 game? Am I going to watch?
I don't ever think about that.
Okay, am I going to watch a Big 12 game?
No, definitely not.
Now, why not? Is it because it's geographical, because it's cultural that we root for our own team, our community, or is it because the product is that much inferior to an Alabama, a Georgia, Clemson?
At the college level, and even I would say at the high school level, it's about that community feel. I'm going to be rooting for Missouri and watching Missouri play, those types of things. I don't really give two craps about Kansas State or something like that, or Iowa State.
Well,
so
go ahead.
In that instance, I won't. So yeah, I'm going to stick to professional-wise. It may be a different story.
Well, I mean, Alabama is going to drop off when Nick Saban decides he's done. Okay. They will still be Alabama, but then they're going to take a step back. When those programs come and go, it's because they're ran really well. There's good recruiting that comes. It's like Dabo Swinney and Clemson. There's consistency. You got good coaches. You hire good coaches. You obviously have some facilities. You get good recruiting. Maybe you have friends with the program. Hell, I don't know.
Get culture.
But there is a culture. Now, if you look at it from a local standpoint, like if we're talking about high school level.
Talk about high school sports.
High school level, it makes it tough, but I think at the same time, there's, like I'll use St. Pius for example. I mean, our volleyball's really good just about every year. I don't think it hurts our basketball team. Now, boys basketball, maybe it hurts girls because all of a sudden kids want to specialize. Instead of playing high school girls basketball, they say, well, I want to focus on club volleyball in the off season.
Oh, there's no sports that people specialize at any schools in the county.
Never.
And that is the greatest lie ever told.
Hey, we're all about the truth on this, Coach. Come on. Seriously.
Gee, knee.
I'm just saying. I think on a college sports standpoint, I don't think it necessarily hurts because there's the money that's distributed from those winning programs to your fencing program or something that you're benefiting from Alabama football.
Well, so Mizzou still gets money because Alabama wins.
Yes.
So it's just being part of a conference. The better that conference and the better, because Michigan made the college football playoffs, all the other Big Ten schools, including Northwestern and Rutgers, are getting
Maryland.
And that's why I don't. And that's why I don't like. That's why I don't like conferences at the collegiate level. For that reason alone, is I think it should be that you shouldn't get money because you're in the SEC and an SEC team won. Like, why is that legitimately okay? But when you've got a team,
I don't see Kentucky complaining.
Well, no, I mean, I'll come
double dip.
I don't care about
Vanderbilt's
that.
loving it.
I'm not pulling on that chain
Who
by
did
no means.
Vanderbilt beat the other day?
But I think the biggest problem becomes is you have a standard of those schools are consistently in that mix. So why would a college like, let's just say Texas A&M, why would they not want to join another conference? Or why would the Oregon want to say, well, I want to go play in the SEC?
Yes, they can.
Actually, it's kind of happening.
That's what I'm saying. That's why. But why would you not? I mean, you're going to get all kinds of money. A year in and year out that those teams are 95% of the chance are going to be in the win it. One of those SEC teams are going to win it. So you got to look at, well, I'm going to be in the SEC. I want to get some money. I mean,
well, money. I mean, you're right. Money drives everything. What about locally?
Ridiculous.
Okay, let's ask Jarvis here from the football perspective. Do you think having one team that's dominant year in and year out, is it helpful or hurtful for the other programs, or is it
The other programs in that
conference?
Oh, in that conference.
Yeah. Does it help? Does it hurt? It really doesn't matter?
well, I think at the high school level, I think you see a lot more of kids have a predetermined mindset, they can't beat them because they are such a powerhouse.
Kids have that in every sport and every. I mean, they look at. There's so much available to them now compared to what was available when we played, and I mean, kids go into games, I think, with little confidence sometimes and not really believing they can beat people just because they look at the stats, they look at what they did against so-and-so or what this team did against that team, and they go, well, we can't do that.
But my own thought process.
Yeah, the Valley Catholic effect.
But my thought process is that same thing. Okay, so I go look at a stat and I say, okay, hey, I'm looking at this stat, and 35 is averaging 12 tackles a game. Do I go and look at a film myself as a kid, or and say, oh, where's he play at? How's he getting his tackles? Where's he going consistently? Like, what is he doing? Do I analyze that process instead of automatically thinking, and I'm gonna find out what side he's. I'm not going his side. I'm not going his way. So they're automatically beating themselves. I think it makes a big difference in high school because high school kids are all about what the numbers say. And so if the numbers say they're 20 points better than you, they're automatically believing they're 20 points down. And I think that it's just the thought process behind it all. And so that's one of the reasons why I think it's probably more hurts more of a local scene conference level than it does at the collegiate level.
I think that also plays into the effect of how does that dominant program treat those other programs within their conference? Mm-hmm. Because you could have a dominant program that treats the other ones kind of like they're second and third class citizens.
Right.
And that doesn't help.
No.
Or you could have a dominant program that treats their other counterparts as they treat them better and can, in fact, in that essence, pull them up a little bit.
Sure.
You don't see that. I don't think you see that part very often. I don't know if they necessarily mean to treat them as second and third class citizens. I'm not saying anybody does. I just think it's difficult to.
You mean treat the other sports?
Or the other schools within that area. Some are better at it than others are.
I was going to say, there's some pretty schools that I've seen that have been dominant in some sports, and they can pretty well.
And it's definitely within schools that some dominant programs don't necessarily look at other programs the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I think at the high school level it's so much more effective. I think it affects more.
Well, if you're in the same conference as Valley, let's just use Valley for instance in football, and you're in it for a long time, or you that's the standard. Are you ever going to be able to get to that point where you can maybe able to beat them? I don't know that makes a conference. I don't know that makes a conference better.
Yeah.
And that's the debate here.
Now, if you have 4 or 5 teams that are always battling it out year in and year out, I would rather have that conference than just the one team.
Okay,
right.
So that's what I'm asking. So take it from football. How did this year compare for the I-55 versus the past however many years the Valley has been in it? From a coaching standpoint, we can talk.
Well, I'm not a head coach, but I mean, I coach football. I think you feel like you had a better shot at maybe being able to win some games and maybe being able to be in the mix.
So hopefully that it trickles down to the kids, and maybe that has that psychological effect that says,
well, I can tell you right now, we went 5 of our last games at Herky. I think we won 4, right, in football at the end. Mm-hmm. So I believe that carried over to when basketball started. And we started out those first 3 games, and we were like
on fire.
Yeah, we thought. I honestly believe our kids thought no one was going to beat them there for a minute. And then we meet up against Seckman and got brought back down to earth. But I do think if you're at a school and the football program does well, I think it helps other programs. And I'm just focusing on football because football's first.
Internal.
Mm-hmm. Football's the default.
And I just feel like a lot of schools, and it seems like a lot of schools around here, football when a football team does well, it trickles to their other sports.
Well,
in my
it did
opinion.
with R7.
Yeah.
I thought they had a pretty good year going, third in state or whatever it was, and semifinals. So, I mean, I think it does help. I think when you win in other sports, and those kids who want in other sports play other sports, there's an expectation of winning.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if we're playing soccer, it doesn't matter if we're playing basketball, it doesn't matter if we're playing baseball. Those kids are used to winning because they win. So
And that's
they
what
want to win.
That's what they want to win.
Yeah.
And there's an expectation. So you might not be as good, but you at least be competitive. The thing that might be the bad part about it is when there's a dominant sport in your school and you're taking away kids and there's no one else who plays because they're only focusing on that sport.
Correct.
And I've seen it both ways.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean-
oh, yeah.
We have a pretty dominant sport at Hergy in cross country, and
A lot of running.
a lot of running going on over there.
Riding.
And let's be honest, there's not a lot of them playing basketball. So I mean, and they're running track though. So I mean, I guess we got two sports there that piggyback off of each other at Hergy. But some sports I see that. I mean, I really thought our football season helped me at the beginning of the year.
I agree. I totally agree.
And I think we've been pretty competitive all year so far in basketball, and I think some of that winning that they learned in football helped. I mean, it's always going to help. Maybe it pushes them. I think it also pushes the kids more in the weight room. It pushes them more at school, and then maybe they're challenging each other a little bit more.
But do you see it more so now than when you first started coaching?
This is deep.
I think it sets the tone because I've heard I can't remember exactly what the phrase was, but I remember an admin saying something to the effect of, however the football team goes, that's how the school year is going to go. Whether it's in
I've
the
had
classroom.
that said several times.
And I can't. There's a phrase.
More,
I can't
more so
remember.
now than early.
But
before.
if the football team's having a good year, then that means it's going to be a good school year, both
Everything.
academically in the classrum, and then
It sets an atmosphere within
Right.
the building.
Ron Rhodes asked, "Do I have any cross country runners on my team?" One. Most of the others that did play have quit
yeah.
or not come out for basketball that used to play when they were younger.
Damn.
If they're a runner, they don't play.
And the biggest process in all of that, I think, is you see more kids specializing, maybe because of success. That I think sometimes it hurts the other programs in the school, as far as that, because hey, I got to go play, select this because we got a chance to win a state championship for a couple of years here in a row. So I'm going to go out instead of playing, basketball or baseball. I'm going to go out and focus on, playing some other select stuff or whatever the case may be, to try to develop my game to try to have a chance to win a state championship. So they don't go out for basketball when they could probably be a legitimate player for you. And I think you see it.
But
more.
I go back to this, and maybe it's being in different places the last few years. I think it goes back to the kids just when you go and if they're, let's use volleyball because we're saying volleyball. If volleyball is their sport and they love it, and basketball is just something to do, well, they don't want to put the time, energy, and effort into
Right.
You don't have the. Gone are the days that kids go outside and play. They get the guys together and, hey, let's go to the park and we're going to go do football and then we're going to go do basketball. We're going to go do baseball. We're going to go. Gone are those days. Okay. And
Agreed.
And so it becomes either I never played basketball when I was younger. I only did volleyball, or I just don't like it. It's not as enjoyable. So once again, what's the phrase I always like to use? Is the juice worth the squeeze?
That's right.
No, it's not. In their eyes, it's not. I don't want to put the time in because I'm not that good at it. That's another thing. Oh, if I'm not instantly good at it,
Instant gratification.
then I don't want to put any time and effort and energy into it.
Well,
But
and then
I just think it goes to
I think we had some good comments on here. Coach Eddie said that anytime you're winning, it's going to be good. Everyone loves to win. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And so I mean, I think it breeds success. I mean,
I want the football team to go 11-0, 12-0. I mean, I want, because that's gonna carry over.
Winning
you
breeds
can
success
say whatever the heck
across
you
the
want.
board.
Even if you have football players that aren't basketball players, but they play basketball after that football season, it is going to it's going to rub off onto your basketball players. Maybe you have some kids that don't play football, and that winning is going to rub off on them. And some kids just don't want to lose. It doesn't matter what they play.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I think it does. I think it affects the culture. I mean, I really do. I agree with that because it does set the tone. You have kids that, again, are used to winning.
Well, I mean, I can look back at my past and when I first started teaching in my third year through like my, 10th year when I was at Crystal. We weren't just good in one sport, guys. I mean, we were good in football, we were good in basketball, we were good in baseball, and then girls were good at volleyball, they were good at basketball, they were good at track. We won state titles in track while I was there. I mean, that breeded success. We wanted to beat everyone. Those kids were some of the greatest kids I've ever been around in education. And I don't know that I will ever have a time like I did when I was at Crystal.
Well, and you go back to the same Coach Rhodes says, does injury concerns play a part? When did that start up? Where I did when I first started.
Says, hey, if you get hurt, I'm taking your scholarship away.
Yeah.
Is that I've heard several times.
but let's here. I'm going to go back. Mm-hmm. Jefferson County's not putting out all these D1 college people, man.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not in certain sports.
In certain sports, okay. How many basketball players? How many football players are D1 that have come from Jefferson County?
As somebody who's coached girls sports, I'll use this. I've had
girls. I understand. I'm talking.
Volleyball,
I'm talking football, basketball.
Instance, we're going to use it with volleyball. Say, I can't afford to not play. My club coach will basically. I'll lose my spot on my club team if I'm not focusing on that during the offseason.
Right.
I've been like, I have to be like, that's fine. You got to go do you. I'm not going to dwell over it. It would have been nice to have those kids playing soccer.
Oh, yeah.
We had one of those years at Pius, I think it was in 2013, where volleyball won a state title, and then girls soccer won a state title in the spring, and we only had one kid that played both. And so we used two completely separate sets of athletes to do it.
That's crazy.
So it was nuts. That year was nuts, and so there were some of the greatest kids.
Well, and I think once again, we talk about injury concerns. I think a lot of kids today, are scared about getting hurt because that's what you hear about all the time. Even in collegiate sports or professional sports, you hear about injuries and how they affect him for the long haul. Where when we sprain an ankle, and simply just playing a game, we freaking wrapped that sucker up and played it right after that. It was immediate. Now it's a 2-week process. You got to sit out for 2 weeks.
God, that's stupid.
And I'm like, seriously, what have we changed? Where did that change at?
Everybody got a little softer.
Well,
cover your butt.
People started suing other people, so now schools have athletic trainers, and they got it so
everybody's CYA.
Yep.
CYA, cover your ass.
I can remember.
That's what everybody's doing.
I think we were getting ready to play Hillsboro my junior year, maybe, or something. I was on the scout team. I started on offense at offensive guard, and I was on the scout team. And we were
a wide receiver?
No, I was a tight end. Well, here, it's a funny story. We'll go into that, too, in a second. So anyway, I sprained my ankle bigger than crap on the Thursday, I think the Wednesday before the Friday game against Hillsboro. On Festus and Hillsboro, that was the game.
It's a rivalry.
And my ankle swelled up. It turned purple instantly. I was taken straight over to the school, put my ankle in a bucket of ice. The next day at school, my PE class and then the other class that I was a student worker in or whatever, I had to go down and get my ankle iced.
With the knee.
I put it in a bucket for 20 minutes. Did it. again, then I got like anytime anytime I could get a chance, if we were done in class and I could get out, come down there, and I iced it like 4 or 5 times during the day for the next couple days before that game, and it was still swollen up. But I went out there and played. I've not seen many athletes that I've coached that have played, and I'm not bragging on myself. I'm just saying we had kids that did that all the time.
Well, you know what you're afraid of? You're afraid of losing your playing spot to someone else. And
you're dang right.
Yeah, you work your ass off to get that spot, and all of a sudden it's like, well, you're hurt. Okay, it's a Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe thing, and that actually happened in the past. Now it's like, well, we're holding the spot. No. You're out. I'm playing this guy, and
dude, I became a type 1 diabetic my senior year. Okay, and oh man, coach is going to hear this, but I was asked, "Are you going to be able to play football?" When I called to tell them what was going on, and I was like, "Yeah, okay. Well, we'll talk to you when you can get back. Please let me know how you're doing." And that was about the end of the conversation, And then I come back and I had to sit out another week, and I'm sitting there going, my God, I was all conference last year and I'm not even going to freaking start now. And I'm sitting there, I'm yelling, I'm telling my parents, I'm like, the doctor's crazy. I got to go back on the field. I'm wanting to go back out there and practice. I wouldn't even go to the doctor. It took a week before I lost 20 pounds before my parents said, you have to go to the doctor. There's something wrong. But I was like, no, I don't, and that's crazy. I was crazy, but I didn't want to lose my spot.
I mean, there's one
worked
season.
hard enough to get it.
Yeah, there's one season I had bronchitis. Like, it would not go away because, I mean, between doing farm work all the time and then because I went to the doctor and they're like, yeah, bronchitis. I'm like, don't tell my coach. I do not, because it's like, well, you got to sit. Nope. I ride home from my parents. I go, do not tell the coach. And here I am. I'm struggling. I am struggling every day in practice because I can't breathe. And I hid my inhaler. I hid it in the locker. I mean, I would not want anybody to know I have bronchitis because God forbid, because somebody like, hey, Chris has bronchitis. Oh, okay, well, he's out. And then because they wanted my playing time, I wasn't telling anybody. Not a damn soul.
No.
Everything ain't happening. But nowadays it's like some badge of honor. It's like, oh, I'm hurt. I'm in the trainer's room. Oh, wrap my ankle. I'm out.
We'd have won if I wouldn't hurt.
That's like an excuse for it.
We'd have
won if I wouldn't have been out.
I would have had 30 points.
I'd have had 25.
Here's the other thing. Do you see it possibly playing an injury concern playing into the fact that I don't want to play that team?
Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, yeah.
I'm hurt. I mean, coach, man, my ankle's really bothering me.
Yeah, because they feel like they don't want to have to live with that. I don't want to get my ass kicked thing. Yeah. Like you were talking about the adversity, the social anxiety, all that stuff. It's like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. So if I'm hurt, I don't have to play.
Well, and here's the issue with that, and we're just talking about kids at school, right? And we're wondering why we're having all these problems in a society. Because if they can't face the adversity of being told by a coach, hey, this kid's better than you, that's why he's playing more than you. If they can't handle that from us as a coach, what are they going to do when their boss says, sorry, dude, you just aren't cut out for this job?
You can't do the job. Yeah.
Well, once again, I firmly believe that it's the process that I think kids don't trust. Just don't trust the process, and the process starts at home. I don't think kids trust the process from start to finish, and know that there is, light at the end of the tunnel, I guess you could say, as far as the process goes. There's always something in their mind that they could have done, but they didn't. In their thought process mindset. I think it's struggled to make athletes.
We had a middle linebacker when I was at Crystal, thinking about Crystal. He played with a broken ankle in a game and a half. I mean, and he was not going to say anything. I mean, he played with the broken ankle. And I don't know, I don't know.
I had a kid not tell me not tell me that she was playing a game of golf cart tag and going downhill, fell out of the golf cart, and the golf cart rolled on top of her ankle. Goodness. She didn't tell me, and I didn't notice it because she's.
Why are you limping?
Yeah, she was probably one of the best softball players we've ever had to our school, and you could tell a huge difference. I didn't say anything to her because I was just going to let her, but she played through it in very next game because she didn't want to miss the next game. She didn't want to play. And even if she had to sit out a game, she's not losing her spot because of it. But you know, she can out infield singles, but that's more of an.
See,
but you know, Coach Eddie here says CYA is right. By the way, Coach Eddie, freaking traitor, piece of crap. Watching our show, I want to talk about him right now. Now I'm making fun of him.
I told you that would happen last year.
So anyway, I don't know.
When he
starts coaching
one time,
he's wanting to help with girls basketball, so he does both. Yeah, piece of crap trader.
He's smart man.
That would happen.
So talk about
that right,
CYA. So these lawnmower Gen Z parents, bunch of Karens. Taking their kids every time they got a little bump and scrape to the doctor if there's anything wrong with them, instead of just let them suck it up and deal with it. I'm telling you right now. Okay, you know what? You didn't get this because I went on a little rant this morning. Go to Quick Trip this morning, and it's 28 degrees, right? The wind's blowing cold.
It's 2022.
I get to tell you. Then never mind. So here is his family. They're all in masks.
Oh, he messaged me today.
They're all wearing masks outside, but the kids are wearing T-shirt and shorts.
No coat?
No coat, no jacket, no nothing.
No pants? No pants?
Well, they're wearing shorts.
No long
pants, no jacket, no long sleeve, nothing. But they're wearing masks, so they're safe. Where are they safe from? Not from the damn flu, you piece of crap. It's the stupidest thing. But then you know what? Oh, they rolled their ankle. Oh, we got to take them. You know, the doctor's going to be like, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, just in case.
Yeah, we just got to make
sure. If there's nothing wrong, then the doctor ain't going to get sued. Piss on that. No. That's what it comes down to. That's our society, too.
Ron Rhodes, I've really witnessed that avoiding competition in wrestling in the past 2 years since following my grandson at Hillsboro. I mean, do you really think kids bow out because they don't want to play against the team?
Yeah. Happens every day.
Now, okay. Well, I say that, and then I think about when we play Valley. Yeah. But anyway.
Because once again,
I just never thought I could lose. Even when I knew really deep down we're probably going to lose, I didn't think we were going to lose.
How many adults
there you go.
allow that to happen? How many adults put those kids in those positions?
Hey, we played St. Mary's, right? That was our last football game. By the way, we got beat by the same score as Valley. But anyway, we played against St. Mary's. And
it's a little thing.
Dylan had a hell of a game that game. He had 11 solo tackles, okay? Yes. And I'm watching because I'm a coach and I'm up in the booth, and every one of them I'm just holding my breath because I'm going, basketball starts on Monday, dude. Will you stop, please? You know, I'm thinking, oh, my God, get him out of the game, you know, in my head.
Yeah.
But I ain't going to tell anyone to take him out. I'm not going to let him sit out.
Sure.
And that team they won it. Oh, they were studs. Yep. And was I fearful of all my basketball players that were running around out there against them? Yes.
Sure.
But would I have ever said, hey, don't play in this game? No. Even though I was, when that game was over, I said, thank God. Everybody made it through alive. No one's hurt.
Well, you go back to what your comment, because it's the path of least resistance.
Yes.
Right? Why is this an issue? Why are phones an issue? Because let's sit this in front of the kid, and then now I can go do what I want to do. Mm-hmm. I can go, you know, let's put the kid in front of the TV, and then I can go out and party, or I can go this, I can go there.
Get my iPad.
Or, I mean, that's part of it.
It's a tough process, and I think that, once again, I'll go back to the process. I think that we have either you start the process with the right mindset from the get-go, or you don't. And that goes to home. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's how you parent is how they react and what they react to. And I think you see that much more in today's society than when we were growing up. I mean, our parents weren't the easiest on us. Like, we didn't get by with everything that these kids get by with today. And I'm a parent, you know, so I know. Trust me, I know. But I always try to put in their heads the reason why I'm upset or the reason why I'm mad. It's not that I don't care. It's not that I don't want to see you have success. It's just you have to learn from this. Like this, there's so many more things in life ahead of you that you're going to have this same thing happen to, and now you're going to know how to handle it or what to do with it.
Delusions of grandeur as parents.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
and like my wife will say, "You're on the opposite end of the spectrum with our son." I'm like, "Yeah," because as a coach, you're around it. I mean, you see the reality. It's like,
But you're not really.
Well, yeah, because I tell him if you're not going to go, he loves baseball. If you're not going to go swing, somebody else is getting swings in, which means somebody else is going to be better than you. Which means don't cry when you don't start. Like, I don't want to hear any complaining about how somebody else is a better athlete.
Well, if it's the coach's kid, he'll be fine. You can get him play him. That's the only reason why my son plays.
Hey,
That's the only reason why my son plays.
Is that working for you with your daughter?
No.
It hasn't.
Not
We
yet.
still need to have
It hasn't
episode
happened.
91 is coaches meeting. Coaches
No,
meeting.
episode 91 is next week, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to be promoting the big game that is going to come next week.
The pre-show.
Miller and Jarvis head to head.
The Hot Wing Bowl.
The Hot Wing Bowl.
No, hey, we need a belt.
No.
need a
We actually
belt
need
for
a
the winner.
trophy on that one.
That's what I'm saying.
That's good.
Really?
You might know somebody.
Well, and then if we play each other in the tournament, then we trade trophy. Yeah, we can trade
Every
the
time.
trophy.
Traveling
Hey,
trophy?
it literally has a hot wing.
The coaches, you know somebody.
I know somebody can make
We
that.
just need to.
Those
Hey,
some-
speaking of sponsors, that's a good. You get them to sponsor
I
us.
know, right? How do I not get my own parents to sponsor it?
I guess Herky's gonna have to go to Werner's.
Comment about how Chris Miller's dad. that answers our question.
That answers that a lot.
I said, I guess I'm going to
You ain't good
Werner's for
enough
my
me to
awards.
sponsor.
This show is not good enough for me to put my name.
Or the fact that it's like I get a phone call today and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm at work." That's my favorite. Like, I'm working. Stop calling.
Oh, it's funny when my dad calls me nowadays, like during the day, and he'll be like, "What are you doing?" I'll be thinking, like, "Dad, you know what I'm doing? I'm at work."
Well, it's a good thing because he sends me a message over the weekend. He says, "Hey, just passing the word along. Dad says he's tried to call you about 5 times in the last couple of weeks, and you won't answer his phone calls. Said, can you please answer it because it's very important. He has an important question to ask you." Okay. I said, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't have 2 hours to put away the side to talk."
Well, you got to cut him off, man.
So I get on the phone. He calls me the next morning. His dad does. And first thing I said, "Hey, I ain't got 2 hours to talk. I got about 10 minutes. And he goes, "Okay, I'll get that done in 10 minutes."
Good luck. How long? How long?
31 minutes later, we're still talking. I'm like,
My
I got
favorite
to
is
go.
my favorite is. All right, well, I'm gonna get off here. Okay. All right. So how'd practice go today?
I swear, dude, I love when I run into Chris's dad and Chris isn't around. And he tells me how bad Chris sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the greatest thing ever. I'm like,
wait.
you know what? I think he sucks too.
It doesn't matter if I'm around or not around, Jason. That's the whole thing. Like,
That's
I'll stand there
true.
and tell anybody.
That's true.
Hey, he told me the other day I'm losing my edge coaching.
He might have told.
I'm like, all right. What makes you think that?
I wouldn't know what to say to my dad if he said that to me. Jason, I think you've lost your edge coaching.
What do you mean?
He
Whoa.
might have said that
Dad,
to
did
the
you not see the
officials
two
the other night when I
check-ins?
was sitting next to him. He said, "I know my son's an idiot over there. Just ignore him." He looked that one guy looked back. He goes, "You might be a little bit right."
It is what it is.
But it was funny.
I thought you were rather calm against towards the officials at the Crystal Pius game that I went and videoed the other night.
I turn over a new leaf.
Oh, it's a new year?
No, I've been pretty calm since I got that last one. I definitely
Were you told to be calm?
no.
Too much stress in his life right now. He's
Probably
stressed,
is.
relaxed.
I just feel like
Well, I mean, if you're stressed, just rip off your practice jersey or your rip off your worker shirt.
we gotta cover
and
that.
You throw it down and you throw it to the fans and you throw it up and you walk out on 999,999 whatever it was.
I think your math's a little off.
Yeah, whatever.
Either way,
You sound like Blair math over here.
hey,
Well, almost a million.
how in the world, and you see it on the screen right here, how in the freaking world are you an idiot like Antonio Brown and just walk off the field?
The memes have been very
The
enjoyable.
internet
It's
Solid.
always
Yeah,
undefeated.
the internet wins. But what in the...
Technology.
Okay, maybe his ankle hurt. I don't know.
He didn't look like it hurt when he's bounced around and
Did not.
never been playing around to the end zone.
Sure did. Hey, you know you've had that kid that's told you his ankle hurts, and then he doesn't know you're watching. You see him walking down the hall,
He's
and
looking on the
just,
wrong foot when he does
oh
it,
yeah.
Yeah, that's good, that part.
But dude, and you can't tell me that. I know it was so crazy, but then you looked at him. He's at the Nets game the next day, like nothing was.
Nothing happened.
Like
can do
he
that
doesn't.
when you're- you can do
It
that
looked
when you're
like he had
multi-millionaire.
CTE. There he had.
He was in an Uber after the game, leaving the stadium. No, not after the game. During the game,
Leaving the stadium. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
There you go. That's
what in the world? Who's going to sign him?
Somebody will.
Somebody will pick him up.
Somebody
CFL?
will sign.
Not this year.
No,
He'll
well,
be
not
in
this year. But
the
somebody
Battlehawks.
in the
Yep, the
NFL.
XFL.
If Josh Gordon gets 50,000 chances with his issues,
KC Chiefs, right?
yeah, I mean, Antonio Brown will get, somebody will pick him up.
The Raiders? Oh, they already tried that
Well,
once.
maybe he'll actually play in a game
He
for the
couldn't
Raiders.
even survive John Gruden.
No, true.
Well, I mean, you know.
He out-survived John Gruden, right?
he
I mean,
he
you know.
did. He
No,
did.
I thought
This
Gruden-
year-
I thought he went before Gruden.
Oh, well, he might
From
have.
the Raiders.
Yeah.
He didn't
From
even
the
play, he
Raiders.
didn't even
But
play
no, what
for
I'm
the
saying is,
Raiders,
but
yeah.
No, he
the
didn't.
ultimate players coach in John Gruden,
Right.
and he couldn't even make it to week 1 of playing for him.
Yep.
Just hey, once again, you do not have to be a professional athlete. You can go. Maybe you finish your degree.
There's a
maybe
lot of jobs out there.
There's a lot
McDonald's
of-
is hiring. I mean, you can work at Panda Express and make $70,000
signing bonus. Hey,
What?
they get a signing bonus
as a
now.
manager at Panda Express.
Yeah,
you
but
make
your
7.
hours will suck.
Why? No, they won't. It's open at the same time as a restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe.
Maybe, all right.
I don't know.
You know, look
Maybe
into it.
Maybe he could
Indeed.com, baby.
He could just DoorDash and Instacart.
There you go.
I mean, Antonio.
Maybe
what?
make the same kind of money.
There has.
Here's the thing, right? But I'm going to say this: why is it always Miller? Why is it always the receivers that are the divas of the NFL? You affect the game at most 10 times. 5 to 10 times.
a passing league.
But you still
used to be the running
only-
backs.
You still only affect the game.
It used to be the
5
running
to
backs,
10.
like Eric Dickerson. He was a little bit of a diva. Let's be real here. Okay,
Man.
I'm
Why
just saying.
No, just go away. Go
Aren't
away.
most receivers just former high school quarterbacks who couldn't cut it there?
That's
I don't
could be
know.
the
I
truth.
think Randy Moss is a high school quarterback.
Okay, anomaly. He could cut it. That's the difference.
It's a baller
There's a
in
huge
basketball.
difference between the Hall of Fame difference. Between
Well, if you
Randy
can't
Moss
hike
and
it, if you can't handle it at receiver, you're a D-back.
I agree.
I mean, so
It's
if
every-
you can't handle it at
You can't tackle, but
quarterback-
you can catch.
defensive backs are just wide receivers who couldn't catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dot, dot.
a lot of times.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I mean, there's some, Deion Sanders out there that could do it all, but
That's right.
not a whole lot of them.
Prime
But yeah, I mean, Antonio, dude, you're like getting one of your last chances, and you're with Tom Brady. I mean,
Yeah.
it can't be that bad.
No, I agree.
Can't be that
It's not
bad.
like he wasn't getting targeted either. He was doing fairly
Well,
well. in
you
terms of-
saw
he
that-
He's just a head case. Let's be real here. He's probably got some CTs, got some head issues.
No.
Obviously, because he wanted a special helmet in Oakland and they wouldn't give it to him, so he wanted away from the Raiders. Just saying.
Dude,
Probably because he has something wrong with
He
his
didn't want
head.
if I remember correctly, he didn't want a special helmet. He wanted
wanted
one
an
of the
old-
older
he wanted an
helmets,
old
not
helmet.
one of the special.
Yeah.
No, but he didn't want the one that they wanted to give him.
He
So
wanted the one that Aaron Rodgers wears. That's like 30
Wait,
years
so
old.
he was entitled, is what you're saying? So
I'm sure there's a lot more going on there. Hey, Tom Brady said they should, you shouldn't pass judgment.
I know what Tom Brady, and I have really grown to enjoy some of the stuff that Tom
we didn't
Brady
even
has
get to talk
done.
about Aaron Rodgers and the guy.
The guy, the MVP, said he doesn't deserve to be the MVP because of what he did with.
Let's table that one for next week.
Yes, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
But I'm just saying, I think it's a poor example for kids and anybody watching the game. It's a joke. I mean, Antonio Brown's. I hoped he would turn things around because you always want guys to have a second chance.
You are who you are.
But
it's like they are. If you've been looking at it all, and they keep replaying that hit when he was a Steeler, and he hasn't been the same since. He has not been the same since that.
You're right. You're exactly right. And
they're finding that in a lot of those former football players. That
Junior
Seau, Mike Webster, a lot of those guys. They're just finding all varying levels of CTE in all kinds of different football players.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want them to look at mine.
Nobody wants to look at your brain.
Nobody wants to look inside your head.
No one wants to know what's going on in here for real.
It's so dang big, I don't know how you can find it.
It's going to take a long time
to get inside this. Look how wide these things got to be to fit across that thing.
Just a squeaky mouse exercise wheel.
But the Goodell Fest.
The Goodell is in the house.
But
mouse is dead. Just swinging back.
Off the rails. All right, well, we'll wrap this episode up of the Coach's Box. Join us next week. I don't know what camera I'm even supposed to be looking at. I think that one.
One of them. Camera.
Join us next week. We will be previewing our Friday matchup. Herculaneum comes to St. Pius X for a
Feels like we've been going to St. Pius X for like 5 years in a row.
We always went to your gym. Shut up. Good God. You should play there.
Hold on.
You should want to come here. You should want to go to Herculaneum.
These guys get like 50 home games every year between the two of them.
You know how many home games I played last year?
Who knows?
It was single digits.
Yep. Mine is single digits.
Yeah, you're supposed to play like 8 and 8, I think.
Yeah, but they get like 5 tournaments and.
Yeah, when you play like 3 of those at home.
I played 6 home games last year, and 3 of them were in that tournament or something like that.
Anyway.
Every game we made up was a away game.
All right, back to what counts live. So, we will be previewing Friday's matchup.
Friday counts.
Next Friday.
Which is going to be broadcasted by the Coach's Box.
How are we going to do that?
I don't know. I think we'll do it. Hey, maybe we'll have some sideline mics.
Ooh, that could be fun.
No, we are not during my game.
No, we'll get kicked off Facebook.
We don't have a dump button, so
that's true.
We just unplug.
I don't have to worry about that. I'm a lot of yelling.
I won't know what to unplug.
I think it would be funny to mic us up. I think it would be funny, and I think a lot of people would get a big kick out of it.
You go ahead, and then next week.
I don't guarantee you. You had this mic on, it was going to change some things.
We Mike McVey during the varsity game and
No, because I got to tell him to shut up when he's talking to referees.
Man, you were making some mannerisms the other night. I was like, dude.
Do your job. Do your job.
I got to look at my bench and tell my bench to shut the hell up.
Do your job.
Whether it's the coaches, whether it's the players, I'm the one not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. I got to tell them to shut up.
McVay's trying to give you your third.
All right. Yeah. I get it now.
I had one of the officials at Park Hills talk to me the next day after he had done our game against Hillsboro. He said, Jarvis, I noticed the fouls were like 14-3 or something. And he said, you didn't say one thing the entire game. I go, why? Well, no, why? I mean,
it's not gonna change your mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was actually complimenting me because I wasn't, and I'm like, yeah, I've gotten a little better as I've gotten older.
Hey, and before we go to that, that's one thing that I didn't think was a very good thing was to have 2 officials for the opening round of the Park Hills Christmas tournament. All games were 2 officials. Because you heard it from all those officials that none of them hardly ever do 2-man games anymore, and it was really difficult for those guys to call the game.
It's a lot of work in that gym running up and
and you could tell those guys, and I talked to them after the game, and they were like, man, I'm just not ready for that. We were not focused on that. Like, we were making calls that we thought we saw when we would have had 3-man crew. We would 100% saw it.
I don't think they make enough money to pay
Then
it.
stand at one end. Because everybody that's sitting stationary can see what's going on in the game.
Right. You're right.
So stand.
Boy, I've coached some AAU teams
Just
and
stand.
had
Well,
those kinds of officials. You're
and
down
I-
there at Charleston's multi-purpose room with two guys sitting in chairs at the end of the gym.
Well, it just makes it
We're
really
hiring-
hard.
We're hiring 5 different people to officiate 2 games. I don't ever remember that. Is this a new thing?
No.
Yeah, I've
No,
never.
it's- normally,
No,
I know
no, no.
in many of the girls' setup, it's 3. You get 2
Okay,
JV
that's what I
guys.
remember.
You get 2 JV guys
Okay.
most Tuesday. and
Yeah.
somebody
Boys,
else
it's
comes
not.
in.
Boys,
Nah, boys, it's not.
Boys, that's
Boys,
5,
no.
5 different people.
Our,
Maybe we
our
had
boys'
5
games
different-
it has been. The
I
2
have
that do
never-
the JV,
Nope.
then
Stay
they
in-
I've never
add
had
one
the same-
person and done the varsity.
I've never had the same refs as him in any game.
Now, if you've done with in triple headers, you'll get 2 guys from
Yeah,
freshman
triple
side,
headers you won't.
JV.
2 games. We haven't had.
games?
No,
Haven't
I
had
don't think
triple
we've only
header
played 1 triple header.
Well, I've only had one. How many home games have I had? 2?
Two.
I've
Yeah,
had
2
2
triple
home
headers.
games, and we had the same. There was 2 refs at the JV, and then they added one in the varsity game.
If you're hiring all these guys, if you're hiring 5 different people,
We didn't hire 5 different people.
Put them around the daggum court or something. I don't know, but
And Zach's idea is to reach the complete new low. All right, so we're moving on. So join us next week, Wednesday. We'll have the show.
Hey, wait a minute. I want to preface that not all the views that are being said right now
You
on Coach's
sissy.
Box. You
You
notice
sissy.
most of them were said by St. Pius X coaches. Just saying. Just saying.
So the views
it doesn't matter.
of the coaches' box are not necessarily the views
The coach's
of
box.
the Herculaneum Black Cat coaches.
Come on, Miller, get us out of this thing.
Yeah, anyway. So we'll
Nobody's
see you
watching.
guys next Wednesday. Join us for the
There's
coach's
like
box.
2 people.
Exactly.
There's 9 people.
Don't
Where's Tom and my mom?
don't reckon any snow. Whatever half inch we get.
Don't